What it is, YouTube? It's your boy DC coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. So now today I'm starting my Plugins Alliance free course. So I'm about to show y'all a full mix breakdown, and we're gonna break it down into different episodes now, okay? So if you guys do like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Down below suggest more ideas if y'all want to keep seeing this type of content. I see y'all love this type of content. I think I struck gold. But most importantly, if you don't know, check the links down below to, maybe support the channel if you want. Grab a preset, whatever the fuck you want to do, grab a course. Let's get to it right now.
You say you keep on playing with you, saying he don't wanna be with you. Just believe him, girl, it's not an issue, cause it's real ones wanna be with you. Man, do you better, baby, I'll do you better. That man playing you dirty, how long will you let him? I know you well, baby, I know you well. That's why I wish him well, you gon' bring him back. 7:30, all I want is you. All I want is you. In the east, all I want is you. All I want is you. 7:30, all I want is you. All I want is you. In the east, all I want is you. All I want is you.
So I got a basic understanding of the song I'm working here with today. I do not own this song. This was like a song that I found on Discord, the multi-tracks, and I started mixing it type shit. So if y'all got like any different suggestions for maybe a specific genre I want to see me do, let me know, and I'll just get a track made for me, like how I always do, to mix some shit for y'all to break it down. All right, so we're gonna be talking about Plugins Alliance plugins. We use almost exclusively Plugin Alliance on this whole mix, but we talking about the drums today, okay? So boom. First thing that we working on here is going to be the bass, you feel me? And with the bass, there's a sub bass, and I think, yeah, there's actually a sub bass, right? And that was actually the first thing was the kick drum, all right? First thing is the kick drum, not the bass, all right? So I use this Better Maker EQ, and this is really dope. I boosted 100 hertz cycle. I felt like the kick needed a little bit of that girth at 100 hertz, and this is pretty much just the Pultec plugin, man, but more modern. I like the Better Maker because it's a little bit more modern sounding, a little bit more direct sounding, and I did a little bit of a 10K boost for a little bit more knock. So, usually when I'm on that Pultec, I'll boost like 4 dB, and I'll scroll through what frequency I like and then slowly dial it back, and that's how I get the perfect settings that fit every time. So those are what Pultecs are good for doing, and they have a great way of rounding, being very round, and they sound great on low end energy. So that's why I use the Better Maker. We have the Fat Filter Pro Q3, the Kalashnikov. That shit sounds like a sniper rifle, but the Kalashnikov EQ is the other one that I use throughout this track too. But I just use the Pro Q3 and notched out a couple of resonant frequencies in the kick, and sometimes this helps add clarity to the kick. All right, really dope. And then we had a parallel kick chain. All right, so the parallel kick chain just consisted of DBX 160. That's just the Waves plug-in that I did use here. You could use some other different ones that Plugin Alliance provides. Any snappy VCA compressor will do. All right, so dope. Yeah, and the other kick chain was the the sub filter with the SPL, and this is like a super attack. So that, this is like my snap, and this is like my super attack. Kick, and I mold them all together. These three sounds, you feel me? It's kind of complicated, but yeah, if you watch a Little Baby's Engineer on YouTube, just type it in Little Baby Engineer, you'll see this type of workflow where you're molting the kick. One has snap, the other one has crackle, the other one has pop, and you're trying to get the perfect blend of flavor in the cereal. So SPL Transient Designer, a plugin alliance plugin that's dope. I do super attack, and I'm only just trying to isolate my transient. So this is what that parallel chain is doing. Bringing in a little bit more of that basketball NBA frequency. Okay, boom, now we have the snare. The snare kind of felt harsh in his region, so I used not Kolechnikov, the Kirchhoff EQ, okay? I used the Kirchhoff EQ and I dipped down this resonant frequency that I heard right here, and it just kind of warmed up the snare. Great plugin that I love to use is the BX Console E on my snares and claps. I just love how it has such a nice chunky tone. And also when you start to slap this plugin upside the head, there is a natural form of clipping that will happen when you hit the overload. So yeah, sometimes that's an option for me too. But yeah, just very basic. I just add a little bit of shelf to kind of make it feel like, it just has a little bit of air. You feel me? And also this made it a little bit of chunky. I gave it a couple of donuts with this blue band and this black band helping the low end. So now they're like two fat friends, they both picking out, because the kick got thicker. Now the snare is like the girl best friend who also got thicker too type shit. All right, so yeah, now after that we use the Avid, and this is just like clipping distortion. You could also do this on the Shep's Omni channel if you go to heavy and you crank that knob up, that's gonna give you clipping distortion. So yeah, this is just like adding that clipping FL Studio type of distortion, that mid-range jalapeno sauce. All right, I'm gonna bring in the music because I kind of just don't want to only hear the drums when I'm mixing. I do it all in context. Yeah, for the music, all I did was use Spectre, bruh, and I added harmonic density all throughout the actual music stuff. So yeah, I did a pinch of mid range right here. Because that sample has low end, I love the low end on that sample. So what I did is I just did a low shelf to pull it back a little bit, because now my kick is already kind of like really strong and shit like that. So that's why I used a little bit of a low shelf. And listen to the kick. I did a low shelf to open up the kick. The same frequency that I boosted 100 hertz on the kick is what I low shelved on the main music bus. And because I did that, now you can hear more of the low end of the kick. All right, after that, we have a tremolator. I just put a tremolator on this part. It was just a specific part I ripped towards the second half. And created a nice little drop. All right, after that, there's a stacked hi-hat. Didn't give a damn about it, honestly. Didn't touch it. It sounded good. There's another hi-hat right here. Um, another hi-hat. And I just use Soothe, bruh. Default preset. Then I used the Kirchhoff EQ on this little random ass little sound. I just felt like it had a good weight to it, but I needed to cut it a little bit because, you know, now my bass and my low end and everything is hitting. Yo. Yeah. All right, so we kind of got everything sounding good at that point. And of course, with hip hop drums, bro, you don't want to do too much. Just the shit that actually needs more salt and pepper, that's what you apply it to, bro. All right, so just make sure you got a good piece of raw chicken that you're working with, good samples to start off with. I use the CLA bass on the sub bass. Great plugin for the sub bass though. Just a little enhancement. The chorus is to widen it a little bit. On the reference mix, it's wide. A little bit of sub, a little bit of warming with the honk and the parallel compression.
7:30, all I want is you. All I want.
All right, some important things too. Let's go over the buses real quick. On my actual bass, right? I did a parallel bus with the Black Box HG2, one of the great plugins. I just hate how it has mad noise in it. After that, it's great. It got fucking mad noise, bro. Oh my God. But yeah, tube saturation. We know that trio tubes add thickness. We know that pento tubes add pent up odd order harmonics, right? So yeah, I don't know how the fuck I even got to these settings, bro. I don't know what I was on that day, but I just pushed it the whole way. And I just damn near tried to distort it like to the maximum. And I parallel blend that motherfucker back in at a stupid low volume. You feel me? I like the best part about how it makes the bass feel wider, right? So we still feel the overall low end, but the presence is kind of spread out a little bit, allowing the kick to have the living room. And the bass is like the little brother that takes the bottom bunk. The kick is like the big brother that takes the top bunk. You feel me? So they all kind of blend together in the room better type shit. On my music bus, I threw on that Kive tape. I like the Kive tape. You get the independent low boost. So yeah, that's why I like it. And you get a stereo widener too, which is fucking dope. But yeah, low boost was important because, you know, I wrote off some low end on that goddamn sample. Which one? I think it was this one right here, right? I did a little show. So then I boosted it back with the tape bump that is kind of like, the tape is more like low mid focused. You feel me? So I still get to keep my low end. So really dope. And then of course I use track spacer the lead vocal onto the music bus.
All I want is you. In the east, all I want is you. All I want is you. 7:30, all I want is you. All I want is you. In the east, it's not an issue. You say keep on playing with you. Say he don't wanna be with Just believe him, girl, it's not an issue. Cause it's real ones wanna be with you. And do you better, baby, I'll do you better. Down man playing you dirt.
On the drums itself, the drums is everything that's not kicking bass. We put a clipper on that motherfucker. The transients together of the hi-hats and the snare will create overload, so we use BX clipper.
You say keep on playing with you. Saying he don't wanna be with you. Just believe him, girl, it's not an issue. Cause it's real ones wanna be with you. And do you better, baby, I'll do you better. Down man playing you dirty. How long will you let on? I know you well, baby, I know you well. That's why I wish him well.
Knocking off a few dBs or generating distortion. I'm using the clipper to generate distortion onto my drums, bruh. So now they sound more exciting, type shit like that. Last thing we used on the beat bus was limiters. And I just used the limiters because I already know motherfucking transient's gonna go hit my master fader. And I might eat up my headroom, so I use the OZONE maximizer. I use the upwards compressor to bring back my low level detail of the sample that I might miss because I'm compressing and squishing everything. I use this towards the end though, bruh. Towards the end when the mix damn near done, I'm like, fuck, I'm losing my main melody. Okay, let me throw on some upwards compressor and I can start to hear more of like the Rhodes and the low level details in the sample. And then the soft clip, the soft clip coming in there too, giving us more jalapeno, habanero, super hot, spicy sriracha seasoning, a distortion, more flavor.
You say keep on playing with you. Saying he don't wanna be with you. Just believe him, girl, it's not an issue. Cause it's real ones wanna be with you. And do you better, baby, I'll do you better. Down man playing you dirty. How long will you let on? I know you well, baby, I know you well. That's why I wish him well. Cause you gon' bring him back.
So rather than my master limiter doing that compression, right? I let a limiter down here. Oh, this is just for the distortion even more. Let me show this too for the haters.
You say keep on playing with you. Saying he don't wanna be with you. Just believe him, girl, it's not an issue. Cause it's real ones wanna be with you. And do you better, baby, I'll do you better. Down man playing you dirty. How long will you let on? I know you well, baby, I know you well. That's why I wish.
So I guess the L2 just adds the dithering because it's not even compressing. It's just adding the fucking dithering. So it's adding more noise to the shit. And it just helps everything hit harder. So yeah, most importantly, the transients on the beat are not going to be thudding into the master compressor, which is going to eat up the headroom and all that shit like that. So I just do a little bit of 1 to 2 dBs right here. You feel me? And what get through, it's going to get through here. You feel me? But for the most part, that OZONE maximizer, man, 1 fucking dB of upwards compressor, you get to hear all the melodies that start go missing.
You say keep on playing with you. Saying he don't wanna be with you. Not an issue.
I love that upwards compressor because that don't sound like 1 dB, bruh. That sounds like multiple dBs of volume that is being added back into the main melody. So we were able to get more loudness of our music without actually having to raise the shit. All right. So yeah, I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. The next episode, what we gonna do? Probably the vocals, maybe. Yeah. We'll think about it. But I just want to say thanks a lot for being a great part of my YouTube family. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all like these videos? Let me know down below. Appreciate y'all now. Peace.